have the first feature focus for Jurassic World Evolution 3 all about how to breed dinosaurs in our parks. Different types of nests, fertility stats, and genetics from one generation to the next, with a surprise new species reveal. Let's roll the clip and then dive into all the details.
Welcome to DIN, the Dinosaur Integration Network. With access to the latest in technology, we are at the forefront of paleocuration and are now synthesizing male dinosaurs, opening up all new opportunities into breeding and family observation. This is where your training starts. At DIN, we aim to create an environment where Mother Nature can run its course, encouraging dinosaur families to thrive through natural breeding. However, that's not to say that we don't sometimes step in. We've developed various nests suitable for land, aquatic, and flying species. When placing, it's important to consider the species you'll be breeding and any necessary requirements such as keeping the nest away from guests or other dinosaurs. Now, let's check the fertility of our chosen mother. Looks like she's ready. You'll need to line up a compatible male and find an available scientist. Through breeding programs, you will watch his traits pass down generations, surfacing in the offspring's color and behavior. You might even find certain traits disappear for a few generations, only to surface again. As with life, they find a way. You should now be well prepared to start breeding your dinosaurs, and be sure to watch the rest of our modules for further training on managing your park.
Let's first appreciate the surprise new species reveal, the Tropiognathus, so we can add that to the expanding list of confirmed species for Jurassic World Evolution 3. To stay up to date on all the dinosaurs and all the other latest news for Jurassic World Evolution 3, subscribe to the channel. We've gained 20,000 subscribers in just 1 month after the announcement trailer, and I'm very excited to share all the news and the hype with so many of you. It's also been brought to my attention that a mystery sauropod appeared during the exclusive creator event that I attended a few weeks ago, and I'm not allowed to show you the footage, but I had a look and it looks a lot like Argentinosaurus. Hopefully I can soon add that to the confirmed species list, because it's a sauropod I think we all want to add to our parks. But back to the feature focus, the Tropiognathus infant looks adorable, but the video isn't about this cute baby, but rather how we can make cute babies just like them. New to Jurassic World Evolution 3 is the option to incubate males. We unlock males through research, and then we can create a habitat with a mix of males and females. But there's more that goes into a successful breeding program. First and foremost, we need nests. And the clip shows us different varieties for different types of animals. The nest for the lagoon species was first glimpsed in the announcement trailer, and kudos to the people who had already figured out that that would be the nest. Instead of laying eggs, which most marine species don't do, I imagine the mother swims into the nest to give birth, and the newborns stay in the nest until they've grown up a little bit, and then they will emerge. I especially like the aviary nest, which is completely barren but littered with bones. Also, I noticed in the menu when they are selecting a nest, what very much appears to be the tile for the invisible gate from the Biosyn expansion, so that confirms the return of invisible fences. Of course, invisible fences will be less needed in Jurassic World Evolution 3 because we can already use natural barriers like steep cliffs and deep water to contain our animals without the need for bulky fences. After placing a nest, you have to wait for your female to be at a fertile age. In a graph, we can see the peaks and valleys in her fertility throughout her life. And as we can see, we can even give the animals contraceptives to stop specific individuals from breeding. As park managers, we determine which male and which female will use the nest for breeding. And we can have an overview of which individuals are compatible with one another. In this shot, we see all Lokiceratops in the enclosure have high compatibility, but in a later shot with the Tropiognathus, we do see some individuals light up as orange and one as red. I wonder what could make the compatibility average or even poor, perhaps something to do with their genetic traits. Speaking of genetic traits, the infants will inherit traits from their parents, their skin color and pattern, and traits such as how social or dominant they are. We assign a scientist to the nest that's being used, and during the creator event we were also told that we can influence which babies will hatch in the nest, so we can pick the best next generation. Kind of like how we can currently select the desirable eggs in the hatchery to incubate. It's fun that they put in a mechanic that traits can skip generations.
I mean, it's not your fault they say talent skips a generation, so hey, I'm sure your kids are gonna be sharp as tacks.
That's going to be an interesting roadblock when we're trying to breed a certain trait, for example a high fertility trait, as we can see in this HUD for the Tropiognathus that it can have. And maybe this trait, even though the parents have it, just won't show up for several generations until suddenly it does. Speaking of something being missing and finally reappearing, the tour truck. I don't think we've seen any of the tour attractions in the marketing yet, but now we're finally seeing the return of the tour truck. Of course, the attractions we are most interested in seeing are the new attractions, like the balloon tour and hopefully a river cruise. I really hope that a future feature focus will be all about the new attractions. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any news, and check out these past news videos in case you missed them. Frontier is releasing a lot of stuff in quick succession, so these are exciting times. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, I hope I'll feel better, because you might be able to tell. I'm very sick right now. Sorry about that.